Já estão ali. Eu não meter isto em tela cheia, vocês veem que vocês têm, eu vou ali fazer uma tarefa.
Exactly what Jacob's saying. Motivation is so important. If you're not motivated, then everything else will fall down your bin.
Yeah, but I'm just going to put it out there. Okay, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just team confidence for a second here.
Okay.
Just hear me out. Now, I think confidence as well sometimes is a massive factor. Because we've seen it time and time again that confidence dictates whether or not you make the play, you make that move, or you kind of hold back sometimes and you don't do it. We've all talked about it a ton over the last however many months it's been now. But Cami and Seti versus Queasy and Veno. I mean, you were Jacob. You casted the action. We were all there, invitational. The confidence that Queasy and Veno had there to push Cami and Seti, although it didn't work out in their favor, gave us one of the greatest Fortnite moments there ever was.
Yeah.
Because I think you have to have that confidence in your own game to make those. I've given myself goosebumps thinking about it, by the way. That's mad. Yeah. That's actually mad. I can't believe that. Just remembering being in the situation, but those kind of moments where the confidence does play such an important part because it kind of it's either stop or go. And I think that's, for me, I think that's a real kind of good trait. I mean, they're all traits you have to have, as you say. Yeah. But I just thought we just champion all of them for a second. Yeah. But there you go. So confidence. So you're going with Jacob. What is your final answer? Unreal is
motivation.
Motivation. Okay. What is gold tier for you?
To me, this is where it's really, really tricky because I feel like we're all correct in our own ways, depending on how you build your foundation as a player. But I gotta go with strategy, kind of like what Mini Miner said, because once you build that strategy, you already have the motivation. That is Unreal. Once you start to build that strategy and realize, hey, my plans are work. I got the blueprint. I just need to be able to execute. I think that confidence will slowly but surely start to build up on its own. I think once you do these in order, you can kind of build up and see like a new player start to emerge. But I think all of us in our own ways, depending on what you guys pick, might be correct.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me, obviously, I can't go strategy as goal because I've already picked that as Unreal if I was to go with my sort of three. Confidence, I'd say, for me would be gold tier. I think you have to have the confidence to go for your strategy and really sort of undertake the practice that you put in and undertake the strategy that you've decided to go for. I think you could be the least motivated person in the world and still just go with it because you're confident, and that's okay. I feel like having bronze motivation is all right. You know, it's not too bad because hopefully you'll be able to sort of play through that lack of motivation because, I mean, you have to have bad something or bronze something in this game. So it's quite unfortunate. I wish I could have Unreal at everything, which I certainly don't. But it's one of those where it's like, yeah, I think if you have the confidence to go for that strategy and, you know, make the plays, then you have to be doing good. I think that's going to be my final answer is confidence for gold.
Okay. And so finally, bronze, Jacob will be
confidence.
Okay.
It could be built up over time.
I think any which way you played that, I think we all would have been correct in some way, shape, or form. I think that was a good one. But it definitely gets the conversation going for you guys listening as well to this. I mean, love your thoughts and hear what you have to say as well. You may have a different opinion to us, or the same opinion. We'd love to know. Before we move on to the next thing, very quickly, I'm going to throw 3 names from EU and then 3 names from NA out there. I want you to pick who would be your Unreal partner. Just pick who you would choose as your Unreal partner. Okay, these are your 3 here. These are the 3 you get to choose from. I'm going to go for Cami, Thomas HD, Veno. Who would be your EU Unreal partner of those 3? All done big things, all continue to do big things. But who would be the one you'd want by your side? Jacob, going to you first, buddy.
I think I would have to pick Veno. I think, you know, he's just a mechanically skilled, sound player. And I feel like I can help with the IGLs. I'm not saying I'm good as Queasy by any means, but I think I can help with a lot of rotations, a lot of the IGL, the analytical part of the game plan, and I could just send him, yo, Veno, go get him. Veno, go get him. And let's just go ahead and clean up the rest of the eliminations from there.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that, honestly. Like, Veno is just, you know, one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world. When I usually IGL when I play my sort of Fortnite tournament games. So I think I'd like someone like Veno along my side, someone that has a brain as well. He's developed into that. Originally, when Veno first started playing, he didn't really have that sort of nous, that sort of ability to know the game as well as he does now. And now he's just such a complete player that he's any player's ideal teammate when it comes to a fragger role. But I mean, Thomas HD, Cami, 2 of the best players in the region as well. I feel like it's more just because I would not be a good fragger to Cami's IGL ability that I wouldn't be able to pick Cami. It's not that he's bad, it's that I'm bad. So that would probably be what it is.
Yeah, I think I'd lean on Thomas HD. I don't know. I mean, all three unbelievable. Yeah. But I think just Thomas HD. I think just can get you out of a pickle. I mean, they all can, but Thomas really can get you out of a bind. I think if anyone's can clutch up, Thomas definitely could. I mean, they all could. But let's look at NA players as well here quickly. Let's throw out there. Let's throw out Acorn. Let's check out Booga. And let's throw out as well, I don't know, who could be Canada. Those three. Who would be your pick? Canada, Acorn, Booga. Jump on in, Jacob. Go for it.
I'm ready. As soon as you said that third name, you sign him right up. You put him on my team. Give me Canada. He's entertaining. I know we're going to have a blast playing. He's a fragger like we talked about on the EU side of things with Veno. I can help him with a lot of the strategies while he kind of takes the reins of everything else. And just like I said, the first thing, he's just a fun. He's a great personality. And I just kind of think that we'd make a good match.
That was my exact thought as soon as Adam said Canada. But then I had a second thought of like, I think I'd just be laughing too much. I think I'd just be too focused on talking to him and having a good bit of banter that I'm like, oh, we're playing. Oh, no, I'm knocked. It's kind of that sort of situation. So I think for me, I'm going to say Acorn. I'm going to say Acorn. One of those sort of players that has the potential to pop off as a solo. We saw it in week 1. He won from, I think it was like 20th place. Cole went down and he just solo clutched his way to success. So he'd definitely be needing that if he was to play with me. So yeah, Acorn.
I think I'm leaning Acorn as well. And that means, obviously, Booga's done what he's done in Fortnite, which is everything. And Canada would be great banter. I'm totally with you there. Would be a lot of fun. But Acorn as well, I think, again, we've seen it time and time again. Those clutches just manages to find a way to get through, get those points for your team. Big time. And obviously, you let us know exactly what you guys think of this home as well. We'd love to know exactly who you think you would take through. I think it would be really fun to talk about as well online. We talked about some of the players. Let's have a look at the duos in FNCS in general right now, because so much is happening, has happened, and is going to happen as well. Obviously, we are just a couple of months away now from October, the global finals, which are going to be absolutely incredible. The Global Championship in Copenhagen, October. 20 duos have already been qualified. 30 more places up for grabs in Major 3. But lads, let's just cast our mind back here. We've already talked about it on the drop spot recently, obviously with our short hiatus. But what's been happening across this major and the weeks thus far? Let's start with week 1. Let's roll our minds back for a second here to catch people up to speed here. Jacob, what has been the big highlights for you, the big talking points in week 1 specifically?
In week 1, let's just go ahead and start on EU because it does come first. You got to talk about Queasy and Veno. They changed up their uncontested drop spot over towards Kajitsu Crossing to contest the secluded Spire split where there is a vault against Sky Dune and Shakos. And a lot of us looking into that fight and that off-spawn battle thinking Queasy and Veno, they got it. No one could take them on, but they lost majority of those fights, were forced to disengage out of others. And to me, I don't think anybody would have expected that, especially after them coming off of winning 6 out of 12 games in FNCS Major 2.
And I think you know what that shows? It just shows how important it is to know your drop spot. Skydin and Shakos have landed here all season. They've landed here for a very, very long time. Queasy Veno decide to come in last minute, and they get absolutely rolled. And that's exactly what happens. If you don't know the drop spot, you don't know how to play it, that begs the question of, is it really the drop spot for you? And that's where Queasy Veno made that last-minute decision to switch. Didn't work out. And, of course, week number 2 didn't work out quite as well for them either, not even making the finals. Week 3, where do they go? What do they do? I don't know. If I was in their position, I think they need to make finals and then make a top 20-ish to qualify to grand finals through series points. I don't know. It's a tough road for them, and I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing them in grand finals. It's one of those sort of names that you just expect to see there and or to be there, and they're just not at the moment.
I think it goes to show as well the kind of like the caliber of each of the regions now. We were talking here about Queasy and Veno, thinking, could it be, it could bump in the road. I mean, how are we saying this about Queasy and Veno? Yeah. It's bonkers, really. But I think that's what the nature of this now. We're kind of seeing it time and time again that the players are coming through, dominating, doing unbelievable things. And let's look at a team like Iomzo and Rice as well. Like, we must celebrate from NA as well. I mean, what a top duo this is, who are really going to go places here, Jacob. I can feel it. I can feel it bubbling underneath my skin.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for stories of the battle bus on Iomzo himself. That is a complete story of an individual taking an opportunity and running with it, and he ran so far past the finish line. He's a winner right now, even though he doesn't have his global championship spot. It's just unfortunate that in Major 1 there was very few spots. He barely missed out on the qualification. In Major 2 there was 3 spots. He placed placed fourth. Luckily for him, there is 10 spots up for grabs in Major 3. So I think for Yamso and Rise, this is their time to punch their ticket to that global championship and then continue their practice for that global championship. Because to me, it's not just the drop spot. It's everything that they're doing to prepare for these games, from loot caches, surge plan, and just how to get to the zone if the zone does pull far. They're always in those end games. And then now they're emerging as one of the hype teams. This is just crazy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's no accident winning 2 weekly finals in a row. Week 1 and week 2, they claimed. And we interview the winners of each week after the games, after each show. And it just seems like we're best mates with Yomzo right now, because we just talk to them every single week. And maybe week 3 will be the same. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to wait.
Como poderão ver, ali, essa daqui é 36 minutos. Ai Jesus. Blue Dias, Bilo. Vamos convidar o Hironic. Onde tá o raio do Kiko? Ah, tá aqui o Kiko. O raio não, né? O Kiko. Aí, meu, peraí. Isso aqui correu um bocadinho.